from the Winners Tacklebox, brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. We just completed the second stop of the Alabama Bass Trail 100 here on Miller's Ferry, and I'm joined here with the winners. Guys, you caught 15.42 pounds, Jason Kilpatrick and Keenan Connell. Guys, what turned out to be a tough day, you were boat 100, last boat going out. When you were sitting out here in this area before we took off, what was going through your mind?
Well, actually, we were just kind of laughing about it, and it was really kind of a gift horse because at 100, you don't have anything to worry about. You're not trying to figure out if you're going to race somebody to a spot or how many people are going to be in your way or anything like that. They're all going to be there.
Right.
So it really actually took a lot of pressure off. And if it was going to happen, this was a good time for it to happen because we weren't catching big fish early as far as top water. So we didn't feel like it was going to hurt us, you know.
Okay.
And we're going to get there, and we're going to have a longer fishing day, and it was tough conditions. So it was really kind of going to work in our favor.
Okay. So it sounds like you really didn't have a particular area. You thought you really had to just get there. So you just kind of, when you left here, you just stopped on a spot that looked good to you, that was open.
Right. As far as our grass fish this morning, that's correct. You know, Keenan just said, hey, why don't we just, if nobody's over here on a couple of these grass beds we fished in the past, we'll just swing in there. Just give it a chance anyway, and we did. We caught a limit really fast. And
how much approximately? What was that? How much did that limit weigh?
Probably 11 pounds.
Okay,
maybe.
so a good start to your day. But
That's
you knew
right.
you still had some work to do.
That's right. And then after that, you just go throughout the day building a bag. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done. So of those first 5 that you caught, how many of those do you think you weighed in today? Okay, so you did call them all out. So having that already in the boat that early, did that kind of help? It sounded like you were kind of calm anyway, but did that help you kind of slow down the rest of the day, knowing it could just be one fish at a time?
Absolutely. That way you can just chip away at that bag and build it over the course of the day.
Okay. How many total fish do you think you caught after you left that spot?
Man, I don't know, probably 15 or 20.
Okay, so you were on a solid pattern. You were able to get bit a lot of places.
We were able to run from basically the landing to the dam and just pattern fish. We knew what we were looking for. We had a lot of places marked.
Okay.
Some of them we fished in practice, some of them we just idled and marked. And they pretty much all produce fish.
Right. Now, I know in being on the water this morning, I saw it looked like there weren't as many boats out along the main river channel, a lot of boats in the creeks. I know last time we were here this time of year, it was the other way around, everybody was in the river channel. What were you targeting? Were you in the river channel creeks, or did you do a combination of the two?
No, we definitely stayed in the river all day because this water, even though it came up overnight and it looked nice this morning, which is kind of what prompted us to start with the frog, it has been low over the course of the week. And we just felt like, the shallow fish that were in the backwater just wouldn't really play. And coming up, one night, they don't have time to readjust. And it had already pulled the bait out. And so we were main river from the get-go from the practice.
It may have actually helped you because if a lot of anglers are hitting those backwater areas, it leaves more open spots along the river.
And it did, and we were shocked in practice at how many boats we saw idling way back in the flats. We kind of thought, man, did we miss something? But I don't think so. And it turns out we made the right call.
Let's get a little detail on the bait you got 2 rods here.
Yeah.
Let's go over the frog. That's what you started the day off with.
Just a run-of-the-mill basic.
A popping version. So
yeah.
How were you fishing it? Were you real erratic or just real easy?
So I was fishing mine a little faster, and then Keenan he was fishing a pointy nose frog.
Okay.
And so
there goes the teamwork again.
Exactly. So he could kind of finesse that frog, and then I was more aggressive with mine.
Okay.
And he actually got way more bites on the pointy nose frog.
Okay. All right. I see braid. What kind of what's your setup there?
So just basically a loose 7.3 medium heavy Shimano SLX running a 65-pound braid. I don't even know what braid it is.
So I'm assuming once they bite, you're just going to set the hook and get them in as quick
as
you can.
We set the wire.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then from that, you kind of looks like you got a jig there. So tell us about the jig.
Yeah. So this was our bread and butter for the whole deal, really. That was just a bonus. So the jig was going to be the deal the whole time. It's full moon today. May obviously is the explosion of the brim bed fishing, but in June you still get a trickle of it. You still get one in August and in July.
Right.
And so we kind of banked on that the fish that we were targeting on the river probably going to be keyed into brim. And sure enough, that was pretty key. And so that's just a little homemade jig that we make. And one of the keys is it's a good bit heavier than what most people are going to use.
Right.
And so we just speed flip, if you will.
Okay.
So we knew that we needed to cover a ton of water and you'll kind of see from the footage that we're moving at a pretty good clip to be fishing a slow technique.
You're not swimming it, you're actually flipping it. So
That's
pitching
right.
it in there, working it a second,
right.
pull it out, and find another spot.
Right. It's just like a spinnerbait bite or any other thing. You know, we're covering as much water as possible. We want an aggressive fish, one that's ready to bite. So we didn't really soak anything today. We did a little mat fishing late in the day on our way back in, just, you know, hope and prayer kind of fishing. But our main goal today was to speed flip, cover as much water as possible.
Okay. We've seen here in past events it can take, you know, over 20 pounds to win here. When you had what you had, when you're making your last run in, did you think you had a chance of winning this tournament today?
So I would say Thursday afternoon, you know, we laughed about it. We talked about it and said, hey man, if you gave us 15 pounds based on what we're seeing in practice, we're seeing a lot of bites, but not big bites.
Right.
And so if you give me 15 pounds, I'll just stay at the dock, you know. And but then as the morning got going, you know, it's just human nature. Psychologically, you're thinking, oh gosh, everybody's crushing them. And then by mid-morning, you start seeing those boats run around. You go, I think it's tougher than what we think.
Right.
You know, what we see. And sure enough, it was. So no, I didn't. To answer your question, no, I didn't anticipate 15 pounds winning after the morning got started. We kind of thought that 18, as usual, would be the mark here. You've got to have north of 18.
Right.
And so
Not today.
That was a little
Not
shocking.
today.
Yeah. That's right.
Great job, guys. Look, these are not easy to win. It's really tough competition. The lake was fishing tough on top of that. You guys obviously, you know, had a good mindset when you left this morning. It sounds like that was really key in your productivity and success today. And great job, guys. Folks, before you head on your next fishing adventure, be sure to stop by your local Academy Sports and Outdoors, where you will find all of this gear and more.